Hi, it's Amanda and Will O'Connell, and welcome to RecruiterBrew. This is our podcast, and we are going to chat about some topics today.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We got some cool topics to discuss. Might be on the shorter side versus what we did last week, but we got some really cool topics such as, going into like AI, our new RPO model that's been working great with clients, very well received, as well as just some trends and things,
Market.
things we're seeing in the market.
Mm.
So I think, start things off where we are broadcasting. Actually, we had some funny outtakes we filmed a short a few days ago to discuss our RPO model, and it was pretty funny. We had a lot of some technical difficulties, to say the least, but a lot of fun. But yeah, today, it's Friday. We are reaching the end of February here. We spent about 4 or 5 days in Florida last week, and we are right back in action here. So I'll let Amanda talk a little bit about, just kind of some things we're seeing in the market recently, and really just, I guess, how was your vacation? Did you have a good time?
It was good. Yeah, it was a little short, how it goes, but that was a great time. Good time to spend with family and getting a little sunshine. Obviously, being in the Northeast, we get a lot of snow, and we've had a lot of snow this past winter. It's been cold, so I'm ready for spring. I don't know about you. I'm definitely ready. But yeah, we've been having some great conversations, and I'm glad Will mentioned the AI topic because it continues to be something that I see on my radar every single day. I've seen a lot of tech companies just convert, they're kind of like straight converting like into AI or embracing AI as a part of even their company name, their domains. Like it's just as we are continuing to see, it's integrated into our everyday lives. It's been interesting to talk to clients and see how they're continuing to use it across different industries. We're continuing to use it in different ways and trying new tools. And yeah, and I think that it's a great, obviously for workflow, right? Just speed as an agency. I think speed is important and not wasting your time on, tasks that just take, traditionally take so long to do, where you're able to just kind of get it done quick and move on to what really matters, what you really want to work on for clients, and get down to what truly matters.
Yes, indeed. We're really excited about the shift we're seeing. Several openings in talent acquisition. Still very competitive out there. It's definitely been a a lot of folks we know and we placed, happen to still be on the market or, hung on at some point like 2023, 2024, and may recently, given their company circumstances, kind of suffered a layoff or some downsizing or reductions in force. And we're doing our best to help them navigate current conditions, but there is a lot of optimism out there. We've had several inquiries from clients on the corporate side of things, and really, excellent shift, especially, those AI, machine learning, data engineering, software as a service companies really looking to grow, really looking to level up and just look for the best talent out there, even in the, in the engineering space, in the go-to-market sales space, functional, really a lot of activity. It seems like, venture capital, private equity, still mergers, acquisitions, still a lot of investment and movement from that space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a great opportunity to really just feature our RPO model that we've been really getting a groove with recently. And I guess, how do you feel about migrating over to?
I'd like to think of it more as consulting, because I love, and I was just saying this to a client today, like I love sitting down and really getting into the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty with clients. And I truly want to be one of those partners that, is like advising and brainstorming and just collaborating. And so sometimes I think when we think of RPO, it has that kind of like high volume, like approach to it, and I don't want it to feel that way, because that's certainly not how I think of it and how I want to operate. So, it's a matter of kind of getting this point across in a way that, is quality work, quality candidates, really understanding, from the job itself to the culture to all the pieces and parts that are going to make this a great hire, and continuing to like refine what that looks like. And something we've continued to refine over the past, 8 years and beyond, right? Since we've been doing this. And so it's a constant learning experience. And, this is exciting for us to just kind of like level up in our own way too, and really just deliver upon what we've always done, but even in a better way, in a more flexible way. So that's what I'm excited about. I don't know what you're excited about.
Yeah, I guess how do you feel? Yeah, I'm very, very excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really great conversations. I'm working with a few, mentors, advisors, consultants out there, really in, kind of perfecting, really just that service offering, really just making sure it's tailor fit to the clients that we're working with and their needs, their needs, and, really just cost savings too. I mean, of course, we're an engine. We are all for making sure everybody maximizes, gets their fees for their hard work. That being said, given the market, there's definitely opportunity for, given budgets for certain companies, really some fractional work, even part-time work, making sure it really fits given the market for our clients' needs. So yeah, we're very positive about it. Got great talent behind us on the delivery side. And and I think, it's definitely still a lot of work. We still have to, we go through, not even dozens, like hundreds of candidates to identify the right talent. And so it is certainly, hard work, but that's what we get paid for. And that's what we love to do. So,
And I want to add too, like, it's not by any means like, cutting down on the amount of work. Like there's a lot of work that takes place in this process, but I think it's more of a curated approach, and it adds kind of process and structure to what we're doing rather than kind of like flying by the seat of our pants or whatever. And, I know agencies operate all differently, but, I think it's a nice approach, and we're making sure that clients are getting the attention they deserve and they need on these positions. So I think in a way it adds a lot in terms of like process and structure.
Yeah. I mean, really like accountability piece, true partnership, advising, a lot of really just a more intimate, like in some cases, really depending on the level of investment from clients, really just a higher quality, reliable partnership on both sides, not just, on our end. Really, there's I feel like our relationships are improving leaps and bounds with new clients.
Yeah.
With past clients. We still haven't really socialized fully with many of our legacy clients and clients we've had over the last handful of years, but our recent clients, new clients, just really a lot of good feedback, a lot of cost savings. I think we're looking at roughly a 50% savings on their typical like staffing agency fees.
It is interesting going through the numbers and really like, oh, what's this equivalent to, and how does this all play out? And it really is a cost savings, which is kind of surprising, because you think, okay, well, there's more meetings and there's more of that going on, communication maybe, but in the end, it does seem to work out really well for both parties.
So we just cut out for a little bit just because our camera, I think, went to sleep, right? So we woke it back up, and it is now filming. Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, the Friday nap. So I think I guess something near and dear to your heart is working with the amazing talent out there. Our amazing group of candidates.
Yeah. And I think at this point, it's sometimes reassuring candidates, right? Like, a lot of them have, seen this pause, and the market hasn't been great, and it's frustrating at times, and they really want to make a move, but they want to make sure it's the right move. And one of the candidates I talked to this week really described it in a good way, and it's kind of like springtime, right? And we're starting to see sprouts coming up from the ground. I think it's going to be this time of like rebirth and growth, and we're starting to see that. So I just want to provide kind of that layer of reassurance that we're starting to see things crop up. It may not be at a rapid pace, but maybe it's okay that it's going to be at a more consistent pace. We like consistency, and we know that the market has been very up and down. So I think seeing some consistency would be nice. But I have seen definitely more roles pop up. I know that it has been really competitive out there. There's a ton of applicants. There are TA professionals trying to get through all these resumes and applications and trying to figure out which talent's the best talent. Thus we're getting calls. So it's, it's a process, and I think things are going to get ironed out, but I think it provides good opportunity too for agencies to really get involved and help these companies out. They're probably overwhelmed with the number of applications that they're getting and just candidates, and really understanding which ones kind of have the right talent for which roles. But there's so much talent out there too. So, and I think it's just been great getting to, make these connections now, because I keep telling people, like, this is why we have these conversations now, because when the perfect position comes up, I know I can give you a call. So we're always trying to be proactive about that, and just trying to have conversations with the best talent out there.
On there, I mean, we've been really looking for ways to add value. I think really it's folks caught in between opportunities. I would say probably in really the last probably year and a half, we've done so much more advising, consulting.
Yeah.
We didn't do a ton of so we're not a resume service, of course, right? But we do a lot of consulting and advising on, structuring the resume.
Even salaries. I mean, so many different aspects of the jobs and the positions. Yeah.
Giving insight into, where salaries are, and kind of what the market's willing to pay. Also, with resumes, it's just really the this isn't like podcast wouldn't be goal to be like, hey, top 3 tips or effective resume, but it's definitely resume is a marketing tool. It's a marketing piece. It really is it's a vehicle you want to build to kind of get you to where you want to go. So it's not a biography encyclopedia, with factual information on it. Yes. I mean, everyone at the, ultimately just wants the basic, facts and figures of, where you've been, what you did. Right. Yeah. I think key is really accomplishments, and
just going to say that
accomplishments, you want to make that, measurable, and, you probably talking percentages, percentages, dollar amount, ratios.
I mean, that's what our clients look for. And I try to tell people that all the time. And when somebody's resume does look good, I'm like, this is what you want. You want to have clear, concise, those accomplishments, I would say close to the top, right at the top, if you can. So that's a really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it is also very good to, if you are kind of looking at, if someone's looking at kind of a imminent change of employment, maybe they got word that, some funding stopped, if they're working at a SaaS startup and they're on the talent acquisition or recruiting side, say they got there's downsizing or reduction in force of some kind. If you're on a publicly traded or private company, you really want to get out there and, do some really intense networking. You really want to work your network, kind of figuring out who, places, ask for help, definitely ask for help. I know it's always tricky. People don't want to bug the recruiters, cause they're, time is money essentially. When, you're coming from, kind of you're working kind of contingency business as an, essentially an agency, but everyone's willing to help. Everyone wants to help. People want to lend a hand and kind of help people get to the next level, and it's important. And goodwill is a great thing, and just don't be afraid to ask for help. Go out there, work your network. That being said, though, I think you got to be careful about the holidays and I'm just speaking facts, right? You got to be careful with the holidays and the summers and stuff. You can't take the foot off the gas if you're caught in between or you're facing some type of gap in employment. So I think it's really, really important for marketability. I mean, essentially majority of our clients, they're looking to hire somebody who's essentially fresh momentum, essentially doing great work and making an impact, in the recent, in the recent past. So, definitely keep plugging, keep fighting. We all need a break, right? We all need to, spend time with our family, enjoy the holidays, right? But I think just in this market, especially on the talent acquisition, corporate TA, recruiting side, you really gotta.
It's just going to help can't
Had all the
beat
bite
out
there.
the
Yeah.
competition. I mean, because when you're comparing, two different resumes, they're going to choose the one that's, has the most updated, like recent experience. So, I mean, it's a really good point. And I know it's hard because the work-life balance and the, families, I mean, we get it. It's tough. And that's why I like to talk to candidates too, because you never know someone's situation. You might see a resume, you have to have that conversation because you don't know really what's been going on. And we do like to find out so we can help the candidate and help pitch them in the best light that we can and be truthful and honest about the situation because we are human and we go through hard times and that's just the way it is. So we always like to know what's going on so we can best help the candidate.
Absolutely. And I think kind of good segue is really, we touched on it last week, was, the power of proximity. I think really those relationships, really trying to meet in person, grab coffee, grab, lunch, whatever it is, really it's just, making real contact.
Yes.
And there is intrinsic, intuitive way about the energy, how things work.
Yeah.
And, I guess at the end of the day, you could sum up to like just internal motivations. I mean, everyone's interviewed for a job, and you remember like if you're haven't interviewed for a job in a while, how pumped up you get, and you're like so motivated, and you're like, all right, I love this place, and like I can do this job, and this is where I can see myself for the next handful of years or longer, right? So I think really really creating that critical mass and momentum for yourself on the really kind of on the job search is very
meeting in person is such a powerful thing. And I know it's hard, especially in this day and age. We used to go in the office, pre-COVID or whatever, all the time, right? And you didn't think twice about it. And now it's like, well, I could do this on video and I could maybe make this a call. But I mean, our advice would be to just meet in person because we go through the same things, like, right? We're human, but there is so much power to doing that. And one word that came to mind as you were talking about this topic is trust. It's like, if you're sitting down with somebody, you're sharing, especially when you're talking with candidates and clients too, you're sharing aspects of your life and, what's going on. And it's just easier to open up and to really feel comfortable when that person is sitting right in front of you and you have their captivated attention because, half the time you don't know what's going on the other side of the screen or, the phone or whatever it might be. But I love that trust aspect.
Absolutely. So, all right. So we're kind of winding down on time a little bit. We've got a appointment coming up here. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess in closing, like, is there anything specific you want to cover or talk about? I mean, we probably got about maybe three minutes or so.
I think stay positive, right? I mean, new season's coming. We're seeing good signs, positive signs. I mean, not a ton of movement yet, but it's going to be one of those things, we have to kind of wait it out and see and keep hustling, keep grinding, things are going to pay off.
Yep. And there's certain industries that are doing very well. And really it's, and of course, like looking at like, the silver lining is, even look at like technology, like SaaS, AI, that's really, they're really making moves there. Our customers are
biotech, pharma. I mean, there's a lot of exciting, new kind of products and, just research. And there's a lot of new and exciting things, I think we got to keep our eyes out for. So
absolutely. We've had a real good time with you here this week. And, we're hoping that we're actually working on some, our really our programming for bringing out some guests to RecruiterBrew. So we're really looking forward to like some, interaction out there. If you have any, if you have any ideas or anything, or there's someone
anyone you want to hear from.
Yeah. We're all about, talking to interesting people and really just kind of like looking at, making sure we're adding value for, the folks, the folks who, our clients, our candidates, and, really our friends and family. All right. That sign was from from our camera there. It looks like, we're over and out here. All right. Everyone have a great week. Take care. Bye.